Hi everyone, and welcome to this Halloween special where we are going to draw a pumpkin. And of course you can also make this on black paper if you want, and then make it shine with white pencils if you want. But for this tutorial I'm going to draw it on a white paper with simple color pencils. What I also will be using is a fineliner to draw in those crackly letters, and you can also use that inside the eyes and the mouth to make it extra dark. Okay, let's get started. For the setup I'm using the black color pencil, and when you want to draw the pumpkin it is best to start with the little stump on top of it, and then draw alongside all the segments of the pumpkin that are divided into those little parts. When you have the top, first draw in the eyes. And the eyes of course are cut out, so I'm trying to draw in lines that look like a knife was carving into the pumpkin. And here I'm drawing in the stumpy teeth and make that grim smile. Now this pumpkin has some kind of thickness, so I also draw in the side of the eyes and the teeth and the mouth. That gives it an extra special effect, and then it really looks like those eyes and the mouth are cut out. Once you have those in your drawing, you can start finishing your pumpkin. So I draw from the stump and then make all those curved lines, and you can see that also on the bottom the pumpkin is not all round but has all those little parts. This one can be a little bit more bented, and then you already have your pumpkin. Now the light is coming from behind, so I already draw in a little line that we can color in later for the shadow. What I also want to do is draw in the word Halloween. So I've drawn in 2 lines to help me to draw in those letters. You can see on the left they are higher, and then as we go to the right the lines go to each other. Now the letters A, L and O are slightly behind the pumpkin, and the letters W, the E and the N are, well, free, so you can draw those in, and you can see them getting tinier and tinier as I go to the right. Here I'm finishing up the letter O, like so. And then I also want those letters to have a kind of thickness. So I simply draw in little lines just next to the letters that we've already drawn in. Then all I need to do is color those in with the black pencil also, and then you have the letters that have a kind of thickness and that really pop out. Okay, let's start with the darkest parts in our drawing. Of course, inside the pumpkin it's all dark, there's no little candle inside, it's just carved out. And also on the ground there is a shadow that I'm drawing in with a black color pencil. The shadow directly underneath the pumpkin is a little bit darker than the outer edge of the shadow. Now for the letters, I also want a little shadow. The light is coming from behind, as I was telling, so first I make a dark line underneath the parts of the letters that are on the sheet. Then I make already little helper lines, and I cannot do that for the letter O because it's just behind the pumpkin. But for all the other letters I can put in the little helper lines in the correct angle. Now I can already shade these in, just as we did with the shadow underneath the pumpkin. I make it darkest near to the letter and then I fade it out. You can use your finger to rub it in and make that shadow extra dimensional. I also do that on the pumpkin itself. Just rub it with your finger so you get a nice shadow on the pumpkin. Now it's time for a little bit of color. For the letters, I'm using a dark purple. Of course, you can choose any color you want. But I want the letters to be a little bit more scary, and I think purple is quite perfect for that. And for the pumpkin itself, of course, I'm using an orange. I'm simply putting in a thin layer to start with and get a little bit of color going on. For the stump on top, I'm using a little bit of brown, and I also use that for the darkest shadow and for the side of the teeth, the mouth and the eyes. Now I'm taking my red color pencil and I start drawing in little blurs of blood, little stripes to make a really nice Halloween effect. The pumpkin can use a little bit more color, so I've chosen a darker orange to get in a little bit more color into the pumpkin. This is my pencil eraser, and the lower part, here you see it, the lowest part I want to light up a little bit for that special 3D effect. And with the fineliner now, I'm going around the lines of the letters that we've drawn in, and I want to get those really scribbly and well, how do you call it? The letters don't have to be straight, especially with Halloween letters. They are all scribbly, and I also use the fineliner for the darkest parts in the pumpkin, and I simply continue to give the letters all that crackly look. It has to look a little bit scary and Halloweenish. Now at the end, I also put in a little bit extra black for inside the mouth. Well, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like. Share it with your friends if you liked it. And also don't forget to subscribe, of course. I wish you a happy Halloween, and I hope your drawing will be a big success. See you next time.